Hi, everybody. This is Gail Carson, and I am so excited to be talking with you today because I am at the LA Convention Center at the Idea Fitness Convention, and it's my privilege to be talking to the top trainers in the country right now. So I am really excited that you're going to hear from Brook Barten. And Brook, well, she's just unbelievable. She's the president of Cardio Pump Fitness, LLC, a business that brings kettlebell education to campus recreation centers. She's a freelance writer. She's a model for Prevention Magazine. She's an exercise physiologist for GoFit, and she's a master trainer for Hyperwear. Now, can you imagine I'm sitting across from this beautiful, beautiful, talented, fit woman? Welcome, Brook.
Thank you, Gail. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I tell you, it's just been a wonderful experience to see everybody here. I get such a kick every year out of the Idea because they just bring the best people in. And I do have some questions for you, starting off with what makes Idea to you so different from the other fitness conventions?
That's a great question. Thank you, Gail. For me, what's unique about Idea World, it is the SuperBowl of Fitness. We actually have coined Idea World as being the SuperBowl of Fitness. As presenters, we prepare for our sessions here as if we're preparing to teach college courses. Months of preparation go into planning the sessions that are presented at Idea World. This is where sessions are launched, and then we roll them out at smaller regional conventions throughout the year. But if you want to be the first to take part in brand new state-of-the-art sessions, well, Idea World is where it's at.
Wow, that's fabulous. Well, I know you do a lot of things, but how long have you been in the fitness industry?
I've been in the fitness industry since 1999 when I graduated from high school.
Oh, wow. So you went right into fitness training.
I sure did. I was a baton twirler through high school, and I knew I needed something huge to fill that void. Teaching group fitness classes was the answer to that for me.
So what's changed for you since then? I mean, I know, for example, you come back every year and they've got some new gadget and some new routine, but what do you see as the primary changes?
The industry has changed a ton since then. Even the name of the program, back in 99, we called it aerobics. We taught aerobic classes on the beat of music, highly choreographed, arguably overly choreographed, which I digress, may have been the kill to step aerobics, getting overly choreographed with it that we lost people in classes. And nowadays, 80% of group fitness instructors couldn't even tell you what a 32 count phrase is, which is what we used to choreograph all of our
routines. That's true. I remember all the routines. I remember thinking, well, unless you were a dancer, how on earth would you follow all of this? Because I came and I took all the step classes. And Right. So,
well, and nowadays, aerobics would not even be a good descriptor of the program since many of the classes are not even aerobic in nature. We're talking about strength and power. Programming is heavily high-intensity interval training. You get a lot of boot camps and Tabata, plyometrics, body weight only types of movements. Music sometimes is just a motivator in the background as opposed to what used to be the drive behind all of the choreographed classes back in the late 90s.
So what would you tell somebody who says, I want to be a fitness instructor today? What would you tell them? I mean, would you give them a particular advice what to look for? Should they be diversified? Should they teach many things? What would your advice be?
Well, my advice is this. We're living in a day and age of social media everything. And the ease of entry into the fitness field is very easy. People get an Instagram page and start posting pictures of themselves in their skivvies and flexing and get 20,000 followers and consider themselves an authority in fitness, which unless you get a nationally recognized certification and come to conventions like Idea World and get education from the best and the brightest in the industry with initials behind their name that you have to go to the session to find out what does those initials even mean to absorb all of their brilliance. That is what separates the who's who from the who's that and the who cares in the fitness industry.
Because I know that there are some weekend certifications, and people go to those certifications and they come back and say, I'm a fitness instructor.
Absolutely. There are some weekend certifications that people go and get, and they come back and open up a gym by the title of what the certification was they got after 2 days, 3 days of training. As an industry, we owe more to our constituents than that. People are undertrained, overweight, not so young. We need to get them moving. We need to get them trained on how to work the body in a way that's safe and effective and inspire the world to fitness.
Well, that brings me to a point, because certainly I'm no spring chicken, and I exercise every day, 2 hours a day. I really do. However, I've had to change my routine. I've gone from 10 and 8-pound weights to 5 and 3-pound weights. I can't do plyometrics. I can't jump because of my knees. So I feel my cardio is going down. My bones are great because I work out with the weights. I do a lot of that. What do you suggest for someone like me who's over 50, certainly way over 50, and can't jump anymore?
Right. Gail, that's a wonderful question. And I will say this, soon and very soon, over half of the American population will be over 50. And we're talking about people that have been active their entire lives. So they don't want to be told, well, you should just get in the pool and do some water aerobics or jump on a recumbent bike and read the Wall Street Journal as you ride the bike. They're like, do you know how fit I am? My answer to that is the kettlebell. With things like a kettlebell swing, you're getting the same intensity as vertical leaps, as jumping, as you would jumping up and down over and over and over again without the impact on the joints.
That's good to know.
Yes, you're getting your strength, you're getting your cardio, you're getting power, all with very, very low impact, just high intensity. So I think high intensity training with low impact would be the answer for active aging. Kettlebell is a great way to do that.
Well, now you are a kettlebell expert, but you have something called a SandBell. Now, I've never heard of that. So what is that?
A SandBell is a neoprene bag filled with sand. So you can slam it down to the ground. You can swing it as you would a kettlebell, toss it, pull it, push it, squat with it, hinge with it, slide with it. So it's a very versatile piece of equipment. It does not have a handle, which is actually a very good thing because grip strength is one area that people are neglecting to work. You get equipment that has a handle on it, and it does the work for you, that you don't have to work the flexors and extensors in your forearm as you do with the SandBell. It's just a neoprene circle bag filled with sand, and you actually have to use your grip in order to hold around the rim of the SandBell.
That's amazing. I mean, I would never even think about something like that. And I do know I'm getting arthritis in my one hand, and it's getting harder to grip things too. So these are all things that you have to think about, you know, especially for someone that's as active as I am. So it doesn't, you don't feel like, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. But I want to ask you, what appealed to you about kettlebell training? Because I don't find, at least the gyms I go to, the personal trainers do train with kettlebells, but I don't see classes with kettlebells.
Right. Part of the reluctancy with that is there is a lot of biomechanics that goes into proper kettlebell technique. So if you have a team of trainers that have gotten their education off of YouTube or some random place, just looking around the gym and seeing how people train themselves with kettlebells, people could get injured. And so it behooves gyms to make sure they bring in a quality kettlebell certification before popping it on a group fitness schedule. It's very important to have the quality training behind it.
So that's why personal trainers are really the people who are utilizing it most of all.
I would say personal trainers use it more than group fitness instructors, but that's not to say that group fitness instructors don't have access to offering quality kettlebell group fitness classes. All they need is for me to come in and lead a certification.
I was going to say they would. I mean, I think that's a real lack in many gyms. So that's the reason I'm asking that.
I will tell you with kettlebell though, it's been around since the 60s in American gyms. It's just until Pavel Topsolin came to the United States in 2001 and brought the first formal instructor training to the U.S., this equipment was in gyms, but people didn't know what to do with them.
Right.
So they were fabulous door stoppers. They just held doors open. And now we really have an idea of all of the variety of exercises that can be done with kettlebells because of that first formal instructor training that Pavel brought to the U.S. in 2001. Back in when I started training with kettlebells in 2007, people thought I was saying cowbell. I'm from the South. I have an accent, but it took the industry by storm. Now you can find the things at Walmart. They're
That's
everywhere.
Right.
And I truly believe it's because people are getting older. They're active. They want high intensity but low impact. Kettlebell. That is the answer for that.
So you talk about having a big, hairy, audacious goal, I think, right? A BHAG.
A BHAG is what Todd Durkin coins as your big, hairy, audacious goal. And Todd inspires everybody to have a BHAG of their own.
And so what's yours?
My BHAG would be to inspire as many lives to fitness as possible in a positive way. I feel like television would be a great way to do that, and hope one day to get a network call.
Wonderful. Well, so tell me, how do you now currently inspire people to fitness?
Right now, I teach classes at the national headquarters for Camp Gladiator. It's called CG Arena in Austin, Texas.
Oh, wow.
I really enjoy teaching people one-on-one and positively spreading the message of fitness. I am about getting people moving, but I'm also about making fitness fun. Because provide a fun experience, we'll be back for the effective workout. But let's stop making exercise so dang serious.
Well, so what do you say to people that come in and, I see a lot of people at the gym that I go to 3 different gyms because I live in 3 different cities. So I belong to 3 different gyms. And I see more people on their cell phones talking than working out. And it just gripes me. I bring my cell phone for emergencies, but I never answer it. I never talk to anybody on it. While I'm at the gym, it's a tool for if there's an emergency. So what do you do about that?
That's a really good question, Gail. And I think the industry, for a large part, is solving the problem itself, in that you see the growth of boutique fitness centers, that no longer are you coming in and having to figure out, well, what am I going to do? Maybe I'll get on the treadmill. I'll give my person a call and make the treadmill more entertaining. You go into a boutique fitness center. You've got a group fitness instructor that's going to lead you through a workout for the hour. And I really think you'll see that people are putting their electronics away. They're turning off and they're tuning into the workouts at these boutique fitness centers. And I truly believe the kind of gyms you're talking about, that you go in and figure out what to do, treadmill, step mill, you're just having to use your own creative mind and bring your cell phone along with you. Those aren't going to be the more popular gyms going forward. The industry is going more towards boutique fitness centers.
That's interesting because I'm seeing, at least in Miami, a lot of places that are opening up and they don't have classes anymore. They just have the equipment and they say, and it's cheap. It's $10 a month. And all you do is you get on the treadmills, you get on the bikes, or you get on the equipment. But there are no classes. So is that good or is that bad? Or
if you ask me, Gil, I truly believe that's going to be a fading trend. If you're interested in something like that, I may be able to interest you in a Walden Books or a Circuit City as well. I think it's a dying trend.
And interesting because they're just opening up a lot of places like that. So this is a women in business show, Brooke. So what do you consider yourself as a woman in business? What is it that you have where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Thank you so much for asking that. My hometown is just a small little town in Taylor, Texas, and people need quality fitness there in a bad way. You've got tons of fitness centers in the bigger cities. It's the small towns that not only do they not have access to quality fitness, but they don't have access to quality nutrition either, or the education behind it. So my goal is to open up a small indoor boot camp in my hometown of Taylor, Texas.
I think I've been to Taylor. I did a TV show there.
I'll be darned.
It's right outside of Austin, correct?
It is right outside of Austin.
Yes.
You blink and you miss it.
Yes, you do blink and you miss it.
But I truly hope to bring quality fitness and some sound education on nutrition